Hey guys, it's Sinem and welcome back to my channel. And this is not what I look like. This is actually the end of testing out the foundation. I forgot to film an intro, so I'm just going to do a quick one. But today we're going to be testing out the brand new Maybelline Superstay 30-hour long-lasting active wear foundation. And let's just jump straight into it. So today I'm going to be testing the brand new Maybelline Superstay 30-hour active wear long-lasting foundation. That is such a mouthful. It's a long name for a foundation, and this is not to be confused with the Maybelline Superstay foundation. So as you can see, literally the same packaging. And this is kind of like reformulated, I think. I cannot find out if this is a new foundation or if this is just reformulated and they're going to discontinue this one. I really do hope it is just a new foundation because I absolutely love this one. And if this is going to be discontinued and this is going to be the new version, that'll be really sad unless I really, really like it. But I can already tell that the colors are definitely different. And they are both true ivory. So both of them are in true ivory. The original is a lot lighter. This one is a lot darker, as you can see, which is such a shame if this is going to be discontinued because this is like a perfect shade for me. So we're just going to jump straight into it. I am going to do a completely separate video doing one side with the new one and one side with the original and seeing the difference and the wear and all that kind of stuff, if there's any difference to the original one. So that'll be a separate video, but in this video we're just going to be testing this foundation. So with this foundation, let me read you a little bit about the claims. This is a full coverage matte foundation that lasts up to 30 hours. It's lightweight, breathable, sweat proof, transfer proof, and also waterproof. It's also oil free, which is great, and it also has a natural looking finish to the skin. It's also supposed to feel very weightless. So that is a lot of claims for one foundation, and I've never seen a foundation that says up to 30-hour wear. That's a long time. Now, of course, in this video I'm not going to be testing it for 30 hours. I'm just going to test it for like a regular 6 to 8 hour day, and we'll see how it's going to last. And I am going to be wearing a mask as well when I go out, so that's going to be the true test to see if it actually transfers onto my mask. Now that we've got that all out of the way, I'm going to do one side primer, one side without, to see if it really makes a difference with primer. So for primer today, I'm going to be going in with the new E.L.F Mint Melt Cooling Primer. I can never say that word, cooling primer. And I'm going to be putting it on this side of my face. I do want to test to see how it's going to look with primer. I have primer on this side, so now we're going to jump straight into the foundation. So like I said, this one is in true ivory, and I will have a link down below for you guys to check it out. I believe it's not available in the US just yet. However, if you are in the US, you can buy it from Beauty Bay, and they ship worldwide. So if you really do want the foundation, you can buy it from Beauty Bay. Comes with a pump, and we're just going to test it out. So I'm just going to pump some on the back of my hand. Okay, so it feels very, very liquidy and like creamy. Just gonna do one side to see how it goes on. Oh, I really like this already. Just first impressions. So far, that's really full coverage. I can still see blemishes peeking through, but it definitely is great coverage. Now, one thing I'm noticing as I'm blending it out, it dries fast. So you have to really work with it, maybe work with one side at a time. I can see that it does dry a little bit too fast. Whereas the original, I don't remember it drying that fast. So let's see. Yeah, it's definitely drying fast. It looks like it just stays put and doesn't budge. So maybe that's a good sign. But I mean, look at the coverage and the way it goes on super smooth. It definitely feels very lightweight. Doesn't feel like I'm wearing anything. It does not feel heavy on the skin whatsoever, and it is a really nice creamy formula. It doesn't feel drying, it doesn't look drying. It just looks very smooth all the way through. It is a little too matte for my liking, I have to say. It is a little too matte for me, and I do have dry skin. I think this would be amazing if you have oily skin. Like, this would be your holy grail foundation because it is very matte, where it's gonna literally keep those oils in place. They're not gonna peek through. And if you do like a matte finish as well, but not only that, it definitely doesn't budge, and it feels almost like a powder on this side. Like, it has dried down completely. Wow. This is how the foundation looks. As you can see, even all the way through, very full coverage. You can even build up more, but this is how I would wear mine. It is a little bit too pale for me, but I mean, I really, really, really like it. I have to say it's very, very matte. So if you're not someone who likes a really, really matte foundation, then you're not gonna like this foundation. But if you love a good matte foundation, you'll probably really like this. It feels lightweight. It feels like I have nothing on my skin, and it also does dry down as well. So it actually feels like it's almost dried down to a powder. It doesn't feel sticky or anything like that. Now, I do feel like it's a little bit too flat, but that's just because it is a matte foundation, a very matte foundation. And I do like a little bit of a dewy finish because I have dry skin. What I'm going to do now is quickly go in with concealer to see how that's going to blend on top. And I'll add highlighter and all that kind of stuff to just bring a little bit of life back into my skin. And I'm using the Essence Camouflage Matte Concealer in Light Ivory just to conceal a little bit. So let me know if you guys have tried the original Superstay foundation and what you think of that one. I think this would be a great summer foundation. Also, if you are someone who is very active, which is why it's called activewear, if you are someone who maybe goes to the gym a lot or does work out a lot and likes to wear makeup, this would be great as well. But of course, we're going to be testing that out depending on the wear test. Concealer went on nicely, and I'm going to set with a little bit of the Maybelline Fit Me loose powder in Fair. Now, I'm not going to set my foundation because I don't want to interfere with setting like powder on top. So I'm just going to set it under the eyes. So I'm not going to do powder all over my skin. I'm just going to do bronzer and blusher. So I finished off the rest of my makeup. As you can see, this is what everything looks like on top of the foundation. And I absolutely love how everything just went on. Everything went on super smooth and nothing was patchy. Even though I didn't set my skin with powder, it still looks really, really good. And it doesn't look patchy, which I absolutely love. Again, everything just went on super smooth because the foundation literally dried down almost like to a powder. So because it dried down, other products went on really smoothly. It wasn't sticky, it wasn't tacky, anything like that. It wasn't left to be like a liquid or cream on the skin. My skin feels very, very matte and just like almost it's in my skin. It really, really melted into the skin. So we're going to be doing the wear test. I will be back with you guys a little bit later, so stay tuned. But as you can see, this is what the skin looks like now. In the next clip, you guys are going to see how it looks. So it is now 8:02 in the evening, and I know I forgot to show you the time, but it was around 11:30, I want to say, when I filmed the demo. So I've been wearing it for about 8-9 hours, and this is pretty much how my skin looks. I did also go out and I wore my mask, so let's talk. My nose, let me dim the light. I've just dimmed the light, and I don't know if you can tell, the makeup has come off on my nose, which happens with every foundation. So I'm so disappointed that this did not stay on, especially that they claim it to be like this, you know, was it sweat proof, humidity proof, transfer proof kind of foundation that lasts up to 30 hours, but it couldn't even stay on for 8 hours. And this is my mask. This is the one I was wearing, and you can see it came off, and on the side of my face as well. It looks really, 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 I don't want to say patchy, but you can definitely start to see the blemishes more. The foundation has just come off more in this area where I was wearing the mask. Even right here, it looks really, really dark underneath my eyes. It's kind of faded here, and just overall my skin looks very, very dry, very matte. It just kind of soaked it up even more throughout the day, that my skin, okay, it feels nice, it feels lightweight, it feels like I'm not wearing anything, it doesn't feel tight, but it looks bad. I'm going to show you guys on the iPhone. You guys can see what I'm talking about. So you guys can pretty much see right here. I feel like the phone actually shows a lot better. You can see my blemishes. The foundation did not stay on here, it rubbed off. Same here, it just doesn't look even throughout. And then my nose, oh my god. And my under eyes just look dry and just almost like cracked. It just looks very, very dry, very matte. Again, this might be great for someone who has oily skin. If you really, really have oily skin, it's going to be great for you. It's really going to keep the skin matte throughout the day. However, if you have dry skin, this is a no. because it's super matte and it's just gonna cling onto dry areas, dry patches, and it's just gonna accentuate them and show that you have dry skin. So overall, I do like how full coverage it is and the way that it actually made my skin look, if that makes sense. Like the actual evenness of it, the full coverageness of it, and just my skin looks flawless, and I feel like the makeup goes on really nicely. But of course, I don't like that it's super dry on my skin and super matte. I just feel like my skin looks extra dry. It just looks very flat, and as you can see, it's starting to get really patchy right there, and it didn't stay on. It's such a shame. It's very dry, very dry. It doesn't transfer that much if you're actually touching your skin because it does dry down. However, with a mask, because this does get a little bit, I don't want to say sweaty, but it does get a little bit kind of warm when you do wear your mask all day. It did transfer, which is so strange because the foundation literally says sweat proof, humidity proof, waterproof. I mean, if this comes off just like this, imagine going into a swimming pool. It's just gonna come off. So it's such a shame, and the claims are literally not even right. The claims are, I don't understand the claims. It transferred, so that says a lot, it being a 30-hour wear foundation, and it couldn't even last for 8 hours, and it transferred. So if you have dry skin, wouldn't recommend it, but if you do have oily skin, I would recommend it for those of you who have oily skin. If you have normal skin, it's up to you. If you like a matte full coverage foundation look, then go for it. It is drugstore, it's affordable. Same if you have combination, it'll work for you most likely as well. But if you have dry skin, it's not for us. Let me know down below what you guys think. Leave me all your thoughts down below, and stay tuned for the original versus the new one. I hope you guys are all staying safe. Give the video a thumbs up, comment down below, and until next time, I'll speak to you guys all in my next video.